Hello and welcome to Garden After Lockdown. Today I'm planting some winter crops of onions. They're delicious yummy onions. Presto onion sets, which I will be planting today, and they should be ready to harvest in June and July. I will be planting these in rows, so I'll be using these bamboo sticks as a marker. The second variety I will be planting are Red Cross onion sets, which I'll be planting in the first row. Onions take a long time to grow from seed. These are what are known as sets, which means they've been planted in the ground and taken up in their second year. Now in their second year they are small bulbs, and this is what I'm planting. I'm just clearing the flower bed for any obvious giant weeds. You don't really want weeds in your flower bed as your onions are planting, because weeds will suck up nutrients from the soil which are best left for your onions. This is the Presto onion, which I'll be planting with the pointy side up and the flat base facing downwards. I'm laying down the bamboo sticks in rows. I'm aiming for spacing to be about 25 centimetres apart, which is roughly 10 inches. Next, I'll be laying down my sets just to get an idea of where I want them in the ground. Once I do put them in the ground, they'll be about 1 to 1.5 to 2 inches deep, with the tops just poking out above the ground. I'm spacing these about 4 to 6 inches apart, which is about 10 to 15 centimetres. It's good to give them enough space to grow, as they'll be in the ground all throughout the spring. If you're new to planting onions, I would highly recommend planting from sets. It's just that when they're in the seed stage, they take so long to become bulbs that it's worthwhile spending that little extra money just to get something that will just continue growing for you, rather than crossing your fingers and hoping you might have some onions in the future. And onion sets are very inexpensive. I have about 50 here and they cost me under £2. Next, I'll be planting the Red Cross sets. You can plant them from between August to December and harvest from June to July. You might be wondering when is too late to plant these onion sets. And a guide I like to go by is as long as the plant is 4 weeks before the last frost date, it'll be okay to plant. And you'll still have a crop in June and July. Now here I'm just taking out a giant weed and anything else that doesn't belong in the soil at this point in time. If you do get a planting guide with your sets, it's a good idea to follow them because it might allow you to increase your success with your crop, because the information provided is tailored to your variety of... there we go. A potato. Kitchen garden just keeps on giving. So, if you follow the instructions, if you follow the planting instructions, you're getting the right size and the right healthy growing conditions for your onions. They do like a lot of space. So that's why I'm making sure that I do plant them in rows. In this instance, you can see I'm using a bamboo stick to make a hole for the onions. I find this is the best way because using a trowel is too wide and the onion sets are very small and slim. So the bamboo stick creates the right size hole for me to plant them in, and also the soil is less disturbed. So any things underneath the soil like worms will stay there. It's not that I don't like worms. I think they do some really good stuff underneath the soil. They make the soil rich and healthy and the optimum environment for healthy crops, which is what you want. So after I've planted my onion sets, I put a marker by each row just so I can remember what was planted there. It gives me an idea of when it will be ready, and also to know that I've already planted in that space and to not plant another crop. So, just to recap, you want to plant your onions in rows with the base facing downwards and the pointy tip facing upwards. You want to put them about 1 to 2 inches below the ground, and when they are ready to harvest, the tops will be yellowing and lie flat on the ground, and that's when you know you've got some healthy onions coming. So here's an example of what you should see in the next few weeks. A nice little green shoot. I want to show you again the star of the video, which was the potato, and it's a great reminder to me how fortunate I am to be able to grow vegetables in my garden. Not many people think of doing something like that, and the benefits really outweigh the work involved when you can enjoy healthy vegetables packed with flavour and nutrients. Thank you ever so much for watching, and please watch my next video where I'll be showing you how I plant my garlic bulbs.